And a super duper duper good morning, good day, good evening, good night to you, dear soul one. I hope you're having a wonderful moment in time and space. So this is the 12th of November energy update, just a short update with the harmonics of the day. We are still in Capricorn moon. The sun is still in Scorpio. Today is connected with numerology day number 7, one of my favorite type of days, which is connected to the mystic, which is a great day for meditation, contemplation, spiritual practices, higher learning, any hunches you have or things you wanted to try out. Today is a great day to get on down and busy with it. So Capricorn also has this energy of hello. So Capricorn also has this energy of moving forward, being very practical and focused and knowing what it wants, right? So, and we had that energy yesterday as well during the 11/11 portal. So that's a great energy to go with, to see like, okay, practically what do I need to go forward? What's my goal list? What are the stages towards my goal where I want to go? And we can think about these days and slowly be aware of where we want to go and not get too swept away with the energies. I have to be here, but I have to be there, but be focused, practical, and grounded. These are the steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where I'm headed. Okay. So anything else I wanted to mention about today? Yes. So all that you have, all that you need, all the tools that you need, you already have inside. So the more and more we can bring ourselves into ourselves, and we don't need to look outside. Hello, welcome Meta. We don't need to look outside for gratification, for insurance, for love, for knowledge, because we actually realize we have an inner net, a Google search engine within ourselves, and all the information that's out in the world, we are able to connect to all of that information in ourselves. What some of us may not have yet is the manual, the instruction manual on how to use this inner I'm glad you're having more confidence. That's good news. So what we're learning now is to strengthen or to get to know our instruction manual on how to drive this internet or this Google search engine within. And why do we want to practice this one? Well, of course, the Google search engine that we have on the internet, how much lies and truth is on the internet. It's full. For everything, if you could say, is an apple beneficial for vitamin C, you could find the same amount of websites saying that it is, and the same amount of website that that's a lie and that's not true. So you can find a lot of information out there, but it's not true information. You don't know it's true, and you'd have to check in with yourself and your higher sources to see if anything that you read, see on the television, on the internet is true or not. Well, if we are able to connect to our inner net and learn to navigate that more, trust it more, understand it more, which is of course a voyage, you know, it's not 1, 2, 3, now I got it. No, there's going to be a lot of learning points within that. But the information we get within here, we know is true. We know that that is true because it comes from truth. It comes from higher sources, from light. And it will also have to be an experience for you to go on to see if that is true or not. Exactly. Google is another manipulation. I also advise you maybe to try Ecosia as another search engine which actually plants trees. Yes, thank you for sharing, Meta. So, so really, this is time. I've mentioned this since June, July. It's time to master our own, ourself, mastery of that thyself. This is the time. We've gone through great ascension, we've gone through great learning, through great processing, and now we have all of these abilities that we've always had, that we've always had. And if you're willing to, you can do the work. And finally, realize that we have all the answers inside and use that tool. Is it going to be easy? No. Are we going to doubt ourselves? Do we need, affirmation on this journey? For sure. It's going to take a moment before we realize that, we don't need everything that's out there, but we have it all inside. And now I'm not saying that we have to lock ourselves up in a cave and now we're going to be alone because, we have all the answers inside. No, this is also a stepping stone to exercise this area so that when we go out in the world, we see that we are always complete because we can self-regenerate love and information. We don't need anything from the outside world to make us full, but we can go out into the outside world, and enjoy all of those things, and that makes us even fuller. But if we don't have those things from the outside world and we are alone, we do not feel empty. Does that make sense? We don't ever want to feel empty. We have all of this inside. So yes. So on these tools, what I also was coming through in these last days is, for example, when we take recreational drugs, it opens up, when we take drugs, it opens up a window. It opens up a window of a possibility, and then the drugs wear out and that window closes and we're back to ourselves and we're like, that was really nice and that was cool and it's easy. You just swallow something and it brings me right there. But we didn't do the self-work for it, and we need that drug to feel that way. Without that drug, I cannot feel that way, right? Without the alcohol, I cannot get my courage. I need the alcohol to be courageous on stage to share my song live. I need my boyfriend's love to feel full, and because if I don't have his love, I don't have enough love for myself to feel love all the time, right? I need, I need all of my family to support me because I don't know how to support myself. See how we're relying on the outside world for everything else. But the thing is, we can have our own support. We can give our own love. We have that energy within us that may not be activated, but has always been there. And everyone has this, to be full on themselves. So when you meet others, you are already full. When they leave, no worries. You are full. No one can hurt you. You are fine. But when you meet others and you connect, you're even fuller. And that's where we need to be at. And without doing the inner work, we cannot get that. If we keep on looking for outside gratification, we cannot get that. So on that note, I want to make a warning, I suppose, or just a cautiousness of fake spiritualism. Okay, if you are going out to classes, schools, learning from certain people that are keeping you in a place, and you think in a place that is not for your best and goodwill, in a place that they are putting their truths on you and not helping you to find your own truth, then that place may not be the best place for you. Ask yourself and your higher sources. Meditate on that. So that's a warning. The second warning is, yes, there are many cool things that are happening now. There are cacao ceremonies, and there are ecstatic dance, and there is, all of these different little things, and sound healing, and this and that and that, and that's amazing. That's beautiful. But if you're only going out to all of these different events just to feel that highness, just to feel that love, it's the same as going to take drugs to make you feel better. Because it's an instant connecting with love. But if you are not learning on the side or during one of these things how to cultivate that within you, you're always going to need that. You're always going to need all of these, you're either always going to need drugs, or always going to need alcohol to make you courageous, or you're always going to need all of these different, spiritual events to go to make yourself feel good and loved and connected to all. So it's another Band-Aid. Do you see? I'm not saying those things aren't good and beautiful. I'm just saying everything in moderation, right? So just watch out with that we're not using those things as a quick ticket, but we have that inside. So it's time to do the homework. What if I told you that we can be, whether you are alone or you are filled around 100,000 million people in a love-inspiring place, you could feel the same. It doesn't have to be separate. We have that potential within us. And if we keep on giving our power away to all of these different things, I only feel better when I eat chocolate, and I only feel better when, you know, I go to these events, and then I feel that love, then we're giving our power away. And we're not even realizing we have this power within the whole time. So this is really time for self-mastery. These next 2 weeks are really, really important for self-mastery. Connect to your higher self. Yes, we've been very manipulated. Connect to your higher self. Connect to your truth. Connect to who you are. Forget about everybody else for a moment. Just let everything just stop and reconnect with yourself. We've gone through immense ascension. We've gone through immense change. We do not even fully know what we are capable of now, because our DNA has been changing. On an atom level, we've been changing. Everything has been changing. You know? So get to know yourself. I'm going to post after this video a video about connecting to our higher selves. I just did a meditation on that, and I'll share shorter meditations on that as well, and other little tools I'll be giving throughout this next time that may be beneficial for some of us to integrate into our lives, just so that we can find our own truth. I'm not here to put my truths on you, and they're not even my truths. These are truths that I've been gifted. I'm here to, and we are all here for us to inspire each other to our own truths that are all very individual, beautiful shades of a certain color, right? And we're here to admire each other, inspire each other, to create together, and to do that. But then be aware, because there are, like someone just recently told me, there are things that we know, and there's things that we know that we don't know. And then there are many things that we don't know, right? And the manipulation is such an invisible layer, and sometimes we don't even realize these escape things that we're doing. We're thinking, oh yeah, I'm really on my way to my spiritual self and connecting with my higher self, because I go to 5 yoga classes, and I go to 5 healing classes, and I go see this shaman, and so I must be a spiritual person right now. Are you doing the homework? Are you doing the self-work? Are you truly looking within your shadows? Are you looking into your dark and your light parts? Are you denying little pieces of yourself or not? You could be going to all that, and you could be doing the work, and that's fine. But if we're using that as a band-aid or as an escape moment, then we're not. If you want, I can tell you the keys of your soul. Oh, metta, that's a very beautiful, that's a very beautiful offer. That's very nice. Let's connect. See? And those are the tools we can use. There's so many tools that we have out here, whether it's meditation or knowing our galactic signature, astrology, all of these things that we can use to get to know ourselves, that we can understand ourselves more fully. Now, these are not supposed to be crutches, but it's supposed to be a tool. We may go to a psychic reading once in a while because, we need some advice. But if we're going there every week just to figure out if, you should paint your house red or yellow, and you're just giving your power away, then you're using it as a crutch. But if we're using these things as a tool, if we're using these things as a tool, it can benefit us, but know that it's just a tool. It's just a stepping stone. Going to all of these spiritual experiences are stepping stones. They are not a crutch. So watch out. Everything on this earth can be a poison, or it can be an antidote. We live in a dualistic reality, truly. And it can be one way or the other. And it's up to you how you use it. You have free will. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. and it's always up to you, and it's always been up to you. You can create your own reality, but don't let the matrix or higher sources or programming talk you out of that. And to deprogram ourselves is also, it takes time and dedication and daily practice. And the more we use the tools of meditation, connecting with our higher selves, deprogramming ourselves, we can go further and further in our growth. And then we'll be able to see even the more tiny invisible programmings we had no idea even existed, every day more and more so, because we're more aware. But it's practice, and it's up to you. Do you want to do this journey? Up to you. How's that journey going to look like for you? Very different than anybody else, because you are a unique expression of your being, of your energy that's here, and you are super important, just like everybody else. Okay, I think this may be it for today. Journey's been science fiction. Yeah, that's also a super interesting journey. Science fiction is super interesting because actually I think most people on this path right now, if you are, a starseed and all of these different names, we may see that everything that's on science fiction has more truth than non-science fiction. I mean, personally, I've always loved Marvel movies and vampire movies and witch movies and all of those, those type of different movies. I enjoyed so much, and really, truly, why? Because it made more sense to me. It's always made more sense to me than this world that I was born in. So it's interesting. Everything is a paradox, and they've done so well in science fiction to label science fiction as imagination and a fugazi, even the word imagination, woo. But that is just, made up. And that is another programming that they put on us. Oh yeah, this movies is fake, is acted, is non-truth. Science fiction is non-truth. So everything that's connected with magic and moving to realms, we're being programmed in the back of our head that it's not true. So yeah, science fiction is a really interesting thing. I'm not saying that everything in science fiction is true, but there is way more truth than around here. Well, I don't think most of ours are human. I know that. Exactly, that's right. I would say most of the people watching this series may not, or watching this show may not be fully human, whether we know it or not. And that's not for those of you who are not connected to your galactic self, that's not a scary thing or a worried thing, etc. Okay, I think this may be all for today. I will connect with you guys soon. Thank you for sharing, and thank you, Meta, for connecting with us. The truth is definitely weirder than fiction, for sure. All right, beautiful soul ones. I'm going to leave you here. Thank you for joining me today and connecting and sharing your thoughts and feelings. And wishing you an amazing day, lots of love to all that you are and all that you do. And surf that wave of the internet, my friends. No words are strange over here. I thrive on strangeness. Mwah. Take care. Much love.